morning. It's the first Monday of the holidays. Our principal sought permission from our regional director about whether staff are allowed to go into the school at all during the break, because when we left for the last break, we didn't think we weren't going to be showing back up. I brought my Year 11 vet folder home, construction folder, so that I could mark their stuff because they had started a new topic. But the Year 12s, I'd marked some of their stuff and I went, well, I can mark the rest when I get back to school. So all that stuff is sitting on my desk and haven't been there for 12 weeks. Not going to be there for another 5-6 weeks. And all HSC results are due in. We got permission to go in, but because it's in one of the LGAs of concern, one of the really highly locked down areas, you have to apply for a travel permit through the government, which I did the other day. Got my little permit email on my phone in case I get pulled over up being asked why am I driving into this LGA of concern, because people in that LGA are still not supposed to leave and nobody's supposed to enter. Heading down so I can grab my folders and a quick look through some of my timber that I've still got down there to see if I've got anything that'll be good for a garden bed that my wife wants me to make for the front yard. She said, you've probably got something in the back you could use, but if I've got something at school that's a bit wider to start with, because it needs to be at least 8 inches high, I don't want to really join boards if I can help it. If I can't help it, I'll have to, won't I? But so the only people that should be at school is the GA, and there's possibly going to be some construction workers down there because they're doing work on the toilets in the main block and air conditioning in the library. Now, I don't need to go anywhere near those two areas. I have to scan in to register that I'm there. 11 o'clock now, which means I'll get down there at about 12. The GA only stays there till 3. I'm not going to be there that long. I didn't want to be in the morning traffic, and I'm not going to be there all day. Aircon units. Wow, have not been here for 12 weeks. Well, that's a bit telling, isn't it? Just need to see if any of my kids' folders are in the construction room. Police have been hovering like surrounding the suburb and circling it, and now they're hovering so they're looking for somebody. I've got a feeling they might have found them. This is just in the streets behind the school. Oh, I hope they don't block the road. The place wasn't quite as not occupied as I thought. There were a number of workmen here, but they were also doing the aircon installation in my block, so they were still doing all of that. I did not particularly want to hang around. I had to go into one of the workshops quickly to see one of the kids' projects to see how far they'd gotten. Had a look in my timber stash to see if there's anything there that I can use for this little garden bed that my wife wants. The police helicopter left. I just saw a police car there, so whether they were down one of those areas, can't look where the helicopter was hanging around. Did my check-in and my check-out. I threw a bag of bottles and cans in the back as well because they've just been collecting at the house. And I thought I might be able to just stop at one of those click and collect things and do my recycling. And I just pulled up out the front of this one in St Mary's, which is one that I usually drive past on the way back from work. And there's these big signs up on the front of it saying that click and collect things are closed in Greater Sydney under the health orders. If you were there and there was other people, you wouldn't be socially distanced apart, and depending on how you use it, you would have to possibly be touching the screen and the buttons to get your refund of that. I've now got it set up so that the money just goes straight into my PayPal. You've got this little thing on your phone, you scan that barcode under the scanner, it goes, okay, it's identified your account, you throw all your things in, when you're finished, it's just done, you don't have to touch anything. What do you? Oh no, I think you've got to touch the screen at least once to say, right, finish, get your refund. So they're still in the back. That's okay, they came for a drive. If that's an ordinance for the whole of Greater Sydney, that's all the way up the mountains. I kind of thought, well, maybe, yeah, in that area, because that's like the high risk area. It's really weird. Like I had a brief masked up chat with the GA from distance. Like the QR code to scan into the school, I'd accidentally scanned into the one of the primary school because I was just like at the gates where the two schools join, so I had to scan out of that one. I'd check out, and the one to check in for the high school was next to the GA's office, and he'd just returned to his office with the mower, and so I was standing there scanning in, and he came out the door and he goes, oh, went and grabbed his mask. He said he's in every day, like every weekday during the holidays, but then when we get back to term returning, rules are he's not allowed to be there, he's got to work from home. Not sure how the GA works from home, because they're so limited in the number of people that they're allowed to have on school grounds that senior exec, office staff and 2 teachers, so 5 people in total. They actually announced that they were easing some of the restrictions as of today, meaning that people were allowed to exercise for a bit longer. So Greater Sydney, the affected areas are in line with the rest of Sydney. I don't know, life's just fairly weird. Hitchhiker. How long have you been in here? Which way are you going to go? You're going to try and stay in there, aren't you?